Okay, so I found some swallowtail caterpillars, really little ones, on my fennel. It's a little windy, so I'm going to hold this still here. Let's see. Okay. Boy, it's really windy. Okay. There's one. You can kind of see it. Looks like bird poo. These are very small. Very small, like maybe 1/3 of a centimeter in size. Third to 1/2 of a centimeter in size. Okay, so there's one. Let's see. One. And another one. And another one. Okay, and I'm going to trim them off and bring them inside and give them a chance to live. Okay, so now they've been trimmed off, and I put them in a teeny tiny little like takeout sauce to go container, really small. And show you the next step. And I have a slightly bigger container here filled with water, and in it the top has a hole cut out, not very large, just large enough for the stem of a plant. And I'm going to make it another fennel branch to stick through and keep fresh. And I have fennel and dill growing all over the place around here. But with either plant, when you cut it, if you cut from the top, it'll get bushier. So I'm definitely going to take a top clipping to put in that container so that I can keep these plants growing and get more leaves going. Okay, so I have a branch of fennel in my container with water, with the lid and the hole cut in it, and that'll keep it standing upright and keep it fresh. And I'm going to transfer these little guys, there we go, into the container. And in order to do it and not upset them too much, I'm going to use some tweezers. But I'm not going to be able to videotape this, so just very carefully pick up the branch, not the caterpillar, whatever branch they're on. They usually like to cling to something, so it shouldn't be too hard. And just show some patience and hold them close to the new plant, and they should grab on. It might take a little bit. Okay, so we've got one little guy on board, and another little guy on board. That's not focusing very well, but it's pretty much in the center of the screen. And one more. Doesn't want to focus again, probably because they're so doggone small. But there's another little guy on board. So all three are on board. And I'm going to bring it indoors and put it into an enclosure. You don't really need to put it in an enclosure when they're this small, or for a while. As long as they have adequate amount of food, they will not wander off. Unlike monarchs. Monarchs will wander all over the place looking for a fresh leaf or new territory. But these guys are very happy to stay on the same plant and not wander anywhere till they're almost ready to pupate into a chrysalis. So, and then you've got to really watch for them because they'll wander off completely. But I'm going to bring them indoors. And there we have it, inside in an enclosure. And this one's got fennel with eggs on it. They're very tiny. I don't know if I can focus in on it. Oh, here's an egg. If you look very carefully at the one in the back, if I can close in on it or not. try and make it in the center of the screen, you'll see a little yellow dot. That is a swallowtail egg on fennel. And then I've got some more caterpillars on dill over here to the side. And those little specks that you see are poo. And then on here, this is milkweed. And I have a couple of eggs. One I can get if you see that little dot on the bottom of the one leaf. Close in on it a little. Oh, that's too much. That is a monarch egg. Monarchs only lay their eggs on milkweed. And we got them all safely tucked away in a nice little enclosure here, safe from the cats. And a little can of scat to make sure the cats stay away.